Hi, scrappy crafty friends. I'm back with my other part of my haul from yesterday in Arm Prior, and I'm going to start with my purse of the week. I have found my holy grail purse. Excuse me, I got a tickle in my throat today, and I'm hoping that's all it is. I hope it doesn't go any further. I love lug purses. I have always loved lug purses. I picked this one up for $4.50. It's in beautiful condition. It's just, oh, I'm so happy. Oh my gosh. It's, I've already moved into it. Because it's just the purse. And it's exactly the right purse that I need right now because I need a crossbody for when I'm out shopping with Miss Haley. I need both hands and I need probably a couple extra, but I have to make do with just the two God gave me. So I'm so thrilled. I've had other lug purses, but they were smaller, and I just ended up not being able to live in them, so I sold them. But I think I will definitely keep this one. The only thing that will get me out of this one is if I find this one in a color, because I do like more colorful purses, but that's just, oh, happy days. Happy. Okay, so the next thing is I make jewelry out of garbage jewelry, out of broken jewelry, okay? I get it at the thrift stores and from friends, and I started making dangles to go on the back of my junk journals. And then I got looking at them, and because I'm a purseaholic, I thought they would look so pretty hanging on my purses. So I made a bunch for my purses, and this style here I made because some of my purses, the rings for your handles was too thick to get one of those little clips on. So this is kind of like a small, it's like a small, these things that go around your wrist, bracelet. It's like a small bracelet so that it can go around the handles of purses that a little clippy one won't go on. So purse charms. So I started making them and selling them at craft fairs. They evolved into necklaces. Okay, and I make these long dangly necklaces. This one is my own. Let's see if I can get you to see. This one is my own. It says be still and know that I am God. And it is done on a thimble up here that I just drilled a hole in the top and then hung everything from the thimble. So I've been wearing this one for quite a few years, and these are some of the things that I sell in my booth. When I had my farm sitting business, my pet sitting business, when it's only a couple of cats, you're killing time. So I have a big toolbox full of everything I need to do the jewelry, and I would take that with me. So I was kind of, doing two things at once, which was nice. So I've been invited to this vintage and collectibles show. Laura's Rags, my booth, has been invited. So I'm going to take some of my better pieces, but I'm also going to take my jewelry because they're trying to promote recycle, reuse, all that sort of thing. So when I went thrifting yesterday, I had in my head ways to display my jewelry, something a little bit different. I usually put everything on cards that I make with old scrapbook paper and whatnot, and it's very pretty, very, very attractive. But I only have 2 weeks. I'm not going to have time to do cards for everything that I have made ahead. So I'm trying to think of different ways of doing it. So hit Pinterest. Gosh, I love Pinterest. This one I've seen on Pinterest before, and I have always been meaning to do it. I've had this suitcase for quite some time. It's been in my stash. Yesterday I got it out of the garage and I started pulling the guts out of it. And on Pinterest they reline it with a pretty fabric, and then you do a piece of wood across here and little teacup hooks, and you can hang your necklaces or whatever on there, and then just sit it like that on your table, which I think is really cute. So that's a project in the works. Then I picked this up. I paid $2 for it, and I'm going to hit it with the spray paint and utilize it for the vintage patterns here, and maybe be able to hang something up here. We're just going to see, excuse me, what you can do with that. This also was a Pinterest idea for if you have earrings to hang. They'll just go through the little holes in the grater. And I do have a couple of these graters somewhere packed away in my stash, but this one was in very nice shape and they didn't charge me much for it, so I grabbed that. And then I grabbed these two. They were 2 for $1, and they're in beautiful condition. They're nice and clean. They're not rusty. Oftentimes this stuff gets so rusty. I don't know why people soak their dishes. All you end up with is things going rusty and everything greasier than it was when it went in there. Like, just wash them. Sorry, I'm ranting. Anyway, those are cute for displaying, you know, pairs of earrings or whatever. I can put them in. So that was fun. Then I picked this up. It is for your dresser. It's just a dresser dish. It's the old hard plastic, a bit like lucite. Not really sure if I should call it lucite. It's from the 70s. I remember having a set like this on my dresser in the 70s when I was in high school. And this is Trelawney of Canada. So it's made in Canada. Pretty cool. There was other pieces that went with it, like a Kleenex box cover and something for your talcum powder and other little bits and bobs. So sweet. Needs a bit of a cleaning up, but I think it will display things nicely. Just, you know, just laying flat on the table. So that is a possibility. Then I came across this, and it's not something I ever really would have bought, but although I do like primitive handcrafted, and this is what this is. This is not anything manufacturers. It's wood, and someone has turned it on a lathe and then carved, and the carving is crude, so that's why I'm saying it's handcrafted. Someone's carved it, and the reason though that I bought it was because it's wood. I thought I would put teacup hooks inside here, and then I could hang necklaces over the side. And I also think I would paint it a nice off-white or cream color, something like that. So that was the thought behind that. And then I found these. I think I paid 50 cents for them, and they're not cheap in the hardware stores, these command hooks, and I like using them. So that gave me the idea then to take these other vases that I've hauled before. I showed this one in a previous haul, and I can put these command hooks down inside to hold necklaces to come out over the side to show them. So there's that. So my camera just quit, so I'm just going to continue on from where I was. The rest of the stuff really isn't so much for the craft fair, except maybe this. I thought it was kind of cool, and I'm going to use it to put my business cards on. It says pending, tomorrow, today, urgent, and mañana, which means like whenever. But I may just put some pretty pieces of paper or something over top of it. Thought it was kind of neat looking. It's obviously a desk piece, right? Thought it was kind of neat looking. Thought I would give it a shot. So just a few other things that I picked up for my booth. I just grabbed this floral frog. In case any of you don't know what this is, you put it in your vases. Obviously one that's a bit bigger than this maybe. It should sit down inside your vase a little ways and then make your floral arrangement in it. They're always a good seller in my booth, sort of between $6 to $8. So grab that. That was $1. And grab this, and I know nothing about it. It could be just a piece of touristy stuff, or it could be Ming Dynasty. I haven't got a clue, but I just thought it was kind of a neat shape, so I thought I'd give it a try. I have no idea what I'm going to price that at. And then I seem to be getting really lucky every time I go thrift shopping and finding these beautiful Mikasa plates. This is bigger than a dinner plate. I don't know if it would be considered a charger or a platter, something like that. Cake plate maybe. But it's Mikasa, which I have. I think now I've hauled 3 or 4 large Mikasa plates. So this was way down on the bottom of the shelves. I had to get right down on my knees. I had an awful time getting back up, but it was worth finding, and I think I paid $2 or $3 for it. So what I want to do at my booth is a plate wall. I have a nice wall above one area in my booth that I have a counter that I display a lot of the dishes and sell. And I sell a lot of random dishes. So it's not always that someone's going to come in and be needing the cake plate to go with this pattern, right? But seeing a plate wall might inspire people to pick up my random pretty dishes to make a plate wall of their own somewhere in their house. I've started a Pinterest board on that, and they are really pretty. I remember seeing them ages ago on the Martha Stewart show and thinking, oh, that's a great idea, but just never got around to it. So the last item I grabbed yesterday, and I almost went past it because I'm not a big fan of this sort of mid-century stuff, especially browns, but I did like this little transfer on the front of it. So I had another little crock in my hands that was $4, and it didn't have any markings or anything on it, and I thought, I'm not going to make much money on that. It was just a little one for instant coffee, and it had one of those cute little poems about, how your friends, it's nice to have your friends around the table for coffee or something like that. Anyways, I put that back down, and then I gave this a third look, and I picked it up, and I don't know if you can see, I've got it upside down. It is a McCoy. So I've looked it up. I can probably sell it for around $20. So that's a nice piece to go in my booth. And coming into summer, we get a lot of Americans who have cottages around Perth. So I'm sure that won't stay in my booth very long. Now, I'm going to just pass on a quick tip. When you have a booth, or if you are in a craft fair, it behooves you to have a little basket of things that the kids are going to be drawn to. I'm going to have a little basket with cars for the boys, and the little girls are often drawn to little teddies. At one of the stores I go to, little teddies under 8 inches are 75 cents or 50 cents. I can't remember. So these guys have all had a nice wash, and they're about to get some new ribbons on them, and they will go into my booth for $2 to $3 a piece. Something that the kids maybe have given a bit of allowance, or grandma has said, I'll treat you to something under $5. And so once the kids make their way into your booth, then mom and dad or grandma and grandpa have to follow. So that's just a little tip for any of you guys who are doing craft fairs or booths, something like that. That's it for today. Let's hope spring is going to continue coming. I did put up a video earlier today. Jake and I went out for a walk. I call them Jake and Laura's Everyday Adventures, and we had all kinds of fun signs of spring. So happy spring to everybody, and talk to you next time. Bye-bye.